This is News Tonight.
Good evening, I'm Glenda Chong. Tonight's top stories. A need to continue attracting MNCs. The Trade and Industry Minister says it's part of an overall approach to create jobs for all Singaporeans. Aircon compressors out, energy savings in. A new centralized cooling system will be rolled out at Tengah. Road changes in the Novena area kick in. Traffic's been mostly smooth, but there have been business concerns. And also tonight, how many washes are reusable masks good for? And what happens when you cross that number? The answers later in the bulletin. Well, first up, Singapore must continue to attract multinational corporations to set up operations here to catalyze the local industry and progressively build the country's capabilities and expertise. Trade and Industry Minister Chan Chun Sing says it's all part of a three-pronged approach to bring in investments and create jobs for all Singaporeans for this generation and the next. Nearly 2,900 opportunities have been made available in the electronics field since April, of which 95% are for professionals, managers, executives and technicians. But only about 220 of these positions have been filled up. That's a take-up rate of around 7.5%, which Manpower Minister Josephine Teo notes is far lower than other sectors. She says it's a result of public perception. Still ahead on News Tonight, a fifth day of protests in Bangkok as demonstrators refuse to let up. Plus, using technology to garden, how Australia is using drones to revive its bushfire-hit forests.
My Mitsubishi Electric Starmax.
In regional news now, the fate of Malaysian Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin hangs in the balance 8 months since he came to power. His largest ally, UMNO, will decide tomorrow whether to pull out from his coalition, Perikatan Nasional. It's the latest turn in a political saga that erupted last week when opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim claimed he had the numbers in parliament to take the premiership. A look now at other world stories in 60 seconds. China's economy continues to recover as the country powers through the pandemic. GDP shot up by 4.9% in the third quarter. Consumer spending also on the rise. China is currently the only major world economy expected to report growth this year. Anti-government protesters have gathered in Bangkok yet again, defying an emergency ban on gatherings for the fifth straight day. The rally comes even as police imposed curbs on the messaging app Telegram to try and stop people from gathering. 4 news outlets are also being investigated for content that distorts information. These drones in Australia are working hard to replant trees in areas decimated by summer bushfires. Each drone can plant up to 40,000 seeds a day, and that includes seeds for eucalyptus trees, which are the main food source for koalas. Experts have warned the iconic Australian animal could become extinct in New South Wales state by 2050 unless urgent action is taken. Hello again. More and more of us have been sporting reusable face masks as the pandemic continues. But how long are they good for? For instance, would you still continue wearing one after a month of daily use and wash? Well, I did a quick poll on social media. Here's the results. So over 30 people took part on Twitter, with the majority saying no. And it was a close split though. Only 58% would ditch their reusable mask after a month. Now, it was the reverse on Instagram. 55% of respondents would continue wearing them, while the rest would not. And here's some of the comments I received on Facebook. Once again, there wasn't a clear consensus. One also warned that reusable masks might lose their effectiveness after 20 rounds of washes. So, is there truth to that? We find out.
Every day.
Every day?
So now you know. All right, a look now at other stories at home in 60 seconds. Starting next month, walking, cycling and kayaking tours will be allowed to accommodate up to 20 people. That's double the limit right now. But current gathering restrictions apply, meaning if 20 people turn up, they must be split into 4 groups and cannot intermingle. At the same time, travel agents and tour operators can now resume on-site operations. A new polyclinic will open in Bidadari by 2027. It will be co-located with a nursing home along Upper Aljunied Road. A tender will be called by the end of the year. The polyclinic is one of 12 new ones that are being planned, and by 2030, there will be 32 polyclinics across Singapore. 4 new COVID-19 cases have been reported here. None are locally transmitted. All are imported cases placed on stay-home notice upon arrival. The national total now stands at 57,915. And that's news tonight. You might have noticed that we're looking slightly different. I hope you enjoy the new style. I'll see you tomorrow.